All right, welcome to the first Coffee with Coaches of this year. I guess it's our second season here, and what better way to start off the new year with defending national champ? I noticed you got the ring.
I do have the ring.
Nice. I'm sure it won't be the last time you wear it.
Right. It's heavy,
welcome back to the podcast, Coach.
Well, thank you for having me back. This is awesome.
I know everybody over the summer they're like, so when is Delice Downing going to be on the pod again? Like we want to hear how things are going, and that'll be the first question. Just how was your summer?
Summer was great. We had a good summer workout. I got to spend time with my family, my kids. They're growing like weeds, and just had a good time. It was nice weather, and so we used it wisely. We were at the pool a lot and went and did some kiddie stuff. So summer's really good. Was
there any difference in just looking forward to this season as there was in the past? Because I know every season is big, and every coach is just, as soon as the last season ends, it's like, okay, when does the next one start?
Right.
But was this summer different coming off of a national championship?
The difference was everyone just saying, what are you going to do next year? What are you going to do next year? And, my answer to that is like, we're going to take it one set and one match at a time. 2017 was great. It was a great ride. Something that all coaches would want, and it was a blessing. But 2018 is a total different team and a total different, environment. And so, like I said, we're just taking it one set and one match at a time. Preparation was the same. Our expectations are high for this team. But we knew that where we came from and where we're going into, we have the same mentality to get back to the tournament and, do what we did last year.
I imagine that response, some people probably like, so there's nothing different, but by doing that kind of consistency for you and your program is what led you to all the success. Right. So it's kind of like, no, we're going to keep building on that success. And they're going, nothing changed, but that's just how it works in athletics. Yeah,
we can't go in there thinking something different. We have to go in with the same type of mentality and same type of, atmosphere, so that when the girls do come in, they buy into what we're doing. So we don't want to change that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as fans here at Coffeyville, we're excited for that to stay the same, obviously. Yes. I know my broadcasting program, I even had students that I recruited, they're like, so we get to do the volleyball games this year?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's so, and we're looking so forward to it. We're going to talk about that in a second. But you mentioned try to keep it the same. But this year something is different, and you came in as the #1 team preseason in the nation, which is cool. I think every coach takes preseason rankings differently.
Right.
But that's a little different. Right. Being respected isn't different, but that type of respect is. How do you guys cope just with that? Like, what was that like when the rankings came out in the locker room?
First, it's exciting, definitely, to have that #1, on your, as you come into preseason, you see that and you're like, wow, that's a blessing. That's an honor. But also we know it's from last year's team. Mm-hmm. So, it's just a number. I know that target made it even bigger on our backs. And so we take every practice, every focus, every study hall, everything as if everyone's out to get us. And we go hard in the classroom. We'll go hard on the court. We just want to make sure that our girls are well prepared for whoever's facing us. There are no big eyes, no little U's on our team. Mm-hmm. And so we try to make sure we maintain that. We've got some great returners, but and they're helping our freshmen to prepare for what's to come. But they are also, helping themselves. They're not getting the big heads. They're staying humble. So we're trying to keep that. That number is just a number. After this tournament, we felt pretty good with that number. But before then, I was like, man, this is just a number. Don't worry about it, girls. We're just playing volleyball.
Well, the things about rankings is they can change all the time.
That's right.
And you mentioned your sophomores. Did you have a conversation with them on because I'm sure the #1 ranking was probably like a possibility for you kind of going in. So which girls have kind of stood out, not only just in practice, on the court, but just kind of in the community as well?
We have a strong group of sophomores that were with us at the national tournament that, returned. And Dakira Dennis, she stayed here this whole summer. She is our setter. She has gotten to her best shape possible, and she is just all over the court, running. Like, if I'm not there, she's taking over.
Wow.
And for me, that is what your setter should do, because she is your point guard or your quarterback, for those who don't know volleyball very much. And she's taken that role, and it just makes me so proud of her to see how she has overcome a shy person, and she's turned into this open, outgoing person. And, no matter who comes up to her, she's, introduces herself, she talks to them, she's helping our team to be a better team. And for her, I really appreciate that. She could have went back home, she could have went home with her mother, she could have stayed home in the summer, but she stayed here, she worked out, and she worked for the maintenance to show that she's disciplined, to show that she wants it. And after our first tournament, she already has some top universities talking to her. So that's one girl who really stands out for me. And my other one is Reyes Rivera. This kid is dynamic. She is just fun to watch. I can't wait for you guys to see her this year. You thought she was good last year. Wait till you see her this year.
Wow.
She's jumping higher. A leader on the court. The girls look up to her. And, her English is that much better. So even those that don't understand her now. And we have 6 more Puerto Ricans that are on our team. So she's helping them to translate and to get with the program. So those two really will be just having your setter and your outside, who your outside was an All-American last year, are 2 forces to mess with.
That is incredible. And we've interviewed, last year in the podcast, talked to a lot of different coaches here on campus, and I've even gotten to see some interviews just online of other junior college coaches at other schools, and they all mention that junior college coaching is difficult because, again, you only have players for 2 years.
Right.
And so you talked about your leaders and sophomores, but really they're still just 20 years old.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The fact, I think that can help them because they're forced into leadership positions far earlier than they would be at four-year schools. And it's so cool to see them just blossoming like that. It's very cool that on a small campus like this, again, to stay on the summer and go to school and work, and then to be kind of that go-between for new freshmen coming in that might not speak the language very well or understand. And not only that, understand the culture very well, because language is one thing, but that all of everything in English is, American English especially, is a very weird language.
Right.
That's got to make going to practice a little more fun, I guess.
It does. It helps the girls adapt, and our practices are always spirited and fun. So when they come in, they see that type of environment, they grow into it, and it just, I don't know, like you said, it blossoms. Well,
and you just said fun there. And I caught a little bit of this, I think, in the spring and then over the summer. I saw some of your workouts. To me, an out of shape, unathletic person, they didn't look very fun. I saw how hard you guys were working. And I go, no, that didn't look fun.
It's not very fun. If I was doing it, I'd be in trouble too.
I did see a lot of, however, I did see athletes working hard, and they did look determined. It isn't, and again, when the games don't matter, the practices are building to more practices. That must be kind of hard, especially sometimes when I see them running around campus out in the summer heat.
Right.
Coffey is not easy, but have you been satisfied with practices so far?
Absolutely. In the summertime too, as you're speaking of the summer, most of those girls that you see are freshmen coming in, and they have never endured a Downing workout, I guess is what you would call it. And so it is, deer in headlights type look sometime. But when they get into that second week, they feel so good about themselves that they want to continue it throughout July when they go home, and when they come in for the fall preseason, they're still working hard. But with that being said, I think the girls are growing, and every day you see a change in them. Like, I think after this weekend, they've grown even more because they really didn't know what to expect. And now that they are on it, they are, they're hungry for more.
And speaking of a change, normally when you've come on this podcast, you've got a co-conspirator here, but assistant coach Jessica Anderson is not here at the moment. She's busy, as we talked about before the podcast. So this will be her 3rd year as your assistant.
Third year.
Has there been any... last year, I think you mentioned that she took on a lot of responsibility, and she did an excellent job helping that team grow. Just what is that like going into a 3rd year with an assistant coach as talented as she is?
It's really, it's awesome because, number one, I can have Jess just run the show, and she can take care of things without hesitation. Number two, the girls love her because it's like that good cop, bad cop type thing sometimes. And she, takes upon herself to take care of them sometimes when I'm a little harder on them. But then it also role reversal, and sometimes she's the hard one and I'm the good one. So me and Jess, we have a great relationship. If I'm not there, she's taking over. If she's not there, I know to, definitely take over. But she also has a volleyball mentality. Mm-hmm. She knows how to work with younger girls that are growing in the college as a freshman, sophomore, because she was here as a JUCO kid also. So that helps also. And that she doesn't care. She wants the best out of you every day. And she says in practice, increase 3%. Every day, increase 3%. That's your goal. It can be in passing. It can be in blocking. It can be in talking. It can be in conditioning. Whatever it is, just try to make that increase. And so we kind of use that as our motto as we go into our practices, as we go into our games, that we want to increase 3%. That's all. So, yeah, she does a great job. And she's a very busy woman. I'll tell you that.
Well, first of all, that is such an awesome concept.
Yeah.
Increase 3%. I might steal that one for my program. That would be something that if Coffeyville as a community college, if we took on that,
exactly,
I think that makes it a better place. That's really, that is fantastic. That's got to be, because it's a positive mantra.
Exactly.
I really
it makes
like
girls
that.
Like, 3%, we can do that. We don't want you to go 75%, 80%, 3% increase.
Because by the end of the week, that's a lot of
percentage.
That's incredible.
Grown.
That's phenomenal. Well, and that's again probably part of the joy of just the little moments throughout a day. So, because I imagine practices that there are some days where that 3% is tough to get to.
Yes.
So having that teamwork and that positive outlook for a program again that preseason #1 team in the nation, that can create some stress, I imagine.
Yes, sir. Yes, I tried for the longest not even tell the girls, but they found out before I did. They do all of the social media stuff before I did, so it's like, okay, well, you know where we're at.
Yep.
But you know what we're going to. Mm-hmm. So that number is just a number. Let's keep working to get better every day.
Well, you already started the season off on a positive note.
Yes.
4-0. And I have in my notes, and I was, again, even a little surprised at this. You've dropped in 4 matches just 1 set.
Yes, sir.
And you've against some good competition.
Yeah.
So what can you talk about that first tournament?
Oh, yeah. So this tournament is called the Wichita Sports Forum, and it's the top teams in the nation. So we have the #1 team, which is us, #3, which was Lincoln Land, who took 3rd last year in the nation, #4, which is Cali, and then we played also the #18 team, which was Neosho, who we went to 5 sets to get to the national tournament last year. Mm-hmm. So we came out, we played Neosho first, and we beat them in 3 sets. I think they're a tough team, started out tough, and we just, that 3% increase, we did it throughout the whole match. We increased, we got better, because we were down 9-4 early, and we came back and we won. I think the first set was like 25-19. And then we won the second set and the third set. And then the next game we played was Lincoln Land, who was #3 in the nation. And we took them to 4 sets. But that was a game we got a chance to see a lot of girls on the court. So I was really happy about that. And then the third set on Saturday, we played Cali, who I was, hungry to beat. Mm-hmm. I wanted to let them know who we are very early. And so we did that, and it felt really good. We beat them in 3 sets, and some of those games we really played some of our best volleyball. We were up at sometimes 20-10, and which is strong pluses. And then our last game we played was against a very good Longview team, and who we'll see probably about 5 more times this year, unfortunately. But also a very good program, and they played very well. But again, we won in 3 sets. We're feeling really good about where we're at and what we're doing, and so. Hopefully, we just keep fighting, keep striving.
Well, there's a lot of talent, I think, in the conference, but when you play outside of conference matches like that, having good teams on a regular basis, I guess sometimes, if it's another big game every day, sometimes that can probably wear down emotionally, but at the same time, if you can't get fired up for that, this program probably isn't for you, which seems like your girls immediately bought into that.
Yeah, we always say to be the best, you have to beat the best, and so... I love this type of tournament at the very beginning of the year, because not only do you get to see where we are as a team, but we get to see where other teams are. And so that makes you feel good to see where we're at right now, and that, we're nowhere near our best. And I just can't wait, because we're like this airplane. We're going up right now. We haven't even hit this yet. And so our ceiling's really high, and our freshmen are buying in. They're working hard, and they want to get better and better every day. And our sophomores are definitely doing the same thing. All of them are. They know what it takes to get back there. And so we're coming together as a unit, and it's fun doing it. It's fun to watch.
We've mentioned freshmen a few times. Do you have any particular names? I know we don't want to get them too confident, right? There's a lot of growing to do, but do you have any names early in the season?
Right. Just definitely watch for Celian Rodriguez Concepcion. She is number 20 on the team. When she goes back to serve, just wait for it. It's something you're going to love. I think the crowd will be excited to see her. Our libero, her name is Danielle Dodge. She's from Topeka. She's a little spark plug in the back row, so just wait to see her as well. Our middles are doing an excellent job. And that's freshman and sophomore. Bailey Olery is our sophomore captain middle. Our right sides are doing a great job. Girls are just playing really good volleyball, and it's just about depth. Mm-hmm. So if one's struggling, we have another one that can come in and just pick up right where she's messed up at. So it's fun.
Well, that probably helps not only just in games, but also in practice when you can't take plays off.
Yes,
so that's
sometimes
nice.
Our practices are probably our toughest opponents right now.
That's fantastic. And to go back to games and away from practice, you've got, I think, 2 days of practice, and then you've got a game. It's the first home game of the season. Everybody's been very excited.
It's a red alert. Yeah. We're red.
And that's this Wednesday, 6 p.m.
Yes.
We're recording this on a Monday, so I don't know when this is going to come out, but it will come out before Wednesday, Coach. I promise you that.
Okay.
So 6 p.m. against Highland. Mm-hmm. What can you tell about how the girls are feeling for the first game?
Oh, they're excited. They're pumped up. We know it's our first home conference game, and Highland took second last year in the conference, so it'll be a tough match. They went 4-0 this past weekend at their tournament as well. So we are looking to, it's our house. We don't lose in our house. We love our crowd. We can't wait to have you guys all in the stands going crazy. Make sure you wear your red. You're going to see a good fight. Well,
the broadcasters are ready to go,
yes.
And we're very excited just to see the action, and not only that, but and this is kind of a meta thing, but there's new lights in your guys' gym, so not only is the team ready to go, it'll be that much more illuminated. So
that's right.
We're very excited just to get back.
Those lights are a secret weapon, actually.
Well, we're very pumped to see you guys play in action. And again, Coach, thank you for coming by. I know you're probably busier this year than ever, so to be able to take time out to come talk to us is great.
It's always a pleasure. Zach, you're the best. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Well, you make my job fun. So thank you again, Coach, and make sure you guys come out Wednesday, first home game.
Please be there. Thank you.
Yep.